We're on the way to actually get a proper driver's license in Japan. It's one of the things that will definitely be helpful for you if you plan to stay in Japan for a long period of time. Hey guys, it's Cathy Cat. In Japan you can reach many places by train, but some places you still need a car for. Today we are gonna go to JAF, which is the Japanese Automobile Federation. So let's have a look and see what we need to do in order to translate my German driver's license into a license that I can use here in Japan. Let's go. Going up to JAF, I got a document like this. It's called the Application Form for Japanese Translation of Foreign Driver's License. People from certain countries can apply there to get their driver's license translated into Japanese. These countries are Switzerland, Germany, France, Belgium, Slovenia, Monaco, Estonia, and Taiwan. So if you're from any of those countries, you need to get there, fill in the form like here, which also says where you live, your name, and you also have to submit your driver's license. They'll have a look at it, copy it, and then after 2 to 3 hours, that's how long we were waiting, you actually get your translated driver's license receipt. Now, if you are here for 1 year, within the very first year, that is enough to drive in Japan. So you need to have your driver's license plus alpha, the document that you get in a little envelope like this. So you always have to carry both items with you when you drive. However, that is not enough if you're actually here for longer than that. So if you're here for longer than a year in Japan, you need to actually get it transferred over to a proper driver's license. That's the next thing we are gonna check out. Now, if you are from the UK or if you are from America, these procedures you should start doing in your country because it's a different driver's system. So before you come to Japan, please do the procedure. Also, if you are German and you have an international driver's license, that actually does not work. And you cannot use this. So be careful about that before you come to Japan. Now let's head up for step 2, how to apply for a proper driver's license in Japan. I'm not sure what we have to do for that, so let's find out. Right now the director and I are in the car. We're on the way to actually get a proper driver's license in Japan. I brought so many documents together, so we're going to explain you guys how you can apply for that there. So soon it will not be me sitting in the passenger seat, it will be me sitting in the driver's seat because I'm going to be cruising and rolling all the way. Apparently I'm not allowed to drive the company car. Now we are back, so let me summarize what I learned for you guys so you can take advantage of that. For the majority of people, you'll have to go to one of the driver's license centers in order to get a Japanese driver's license. There are, for example, 3 in Tokyo, 1 is in Fuchu, 1 is in Gotoku, and 1 is in Samezu. Now the Samezu one is actually the one that's absolutely packed because it's very close to Shinagawa, quite a lot of foreigners are there, and you end up waiting for like all day, or maybe it doesn't even finish in one day. So we decided to actually go all the way out to Fuchu, where there were less people, but it still took quite a long time, a lot longer than we thought it would be. So calculate quite a lot of time in when you actually go. It might take up half a day or even more depending on how many other people are there. So there are a couple of documents you will definitely need to have in order to start applying for a Japanese driver's license. 1 is your passport, 2 is your alien registration card. Next one, you need a proof of certificate where you live. So for that one you need to actually go to your local city hall and get a certificate for that. And finally, you also need your driver's license from the country you are from in order to apply for a Japanese driver's license. So those are the 4 most important things. You also will need a passport picture in the right size, 3:2 it is, but you can also check with them again. Also, there are machines downstairs in most of these buildings, so you can get yourself a passport picture taken. So the procedure, first of all, is enter your number. Once your number is there, you hand all the documents over to them and they will give you a couple of documents back. And also they will ask you, for example, have you ever been in a car crash in Japan? Have you ever driven illegally in Japan? And all those kind of things. So they like general checks that they go through, and also then a couple of questions about your health. So for example, if you ever passed out or something like that. So they also check up on that. In your passport, if you, for example, travel a lot, you might have quite a lot of stamps. So what they first do is they will try and estimate how long you actually lived in your country and use the driver's license you had in your country before you traveled around and similar things. Ideally, and I think you have to have at least driven in your country for at least a year, and it needs to be somehow clearly stated so they can figure out that you've actually been driving in your country for a while before you actually then came to use your driver's license to get switched over to a Japanese driver's license. That's a point you might want to look out for. Now, what cars can you actually drive? That is usually based on your driver's license. Now, because there are differences between the types of driver's license and how strict they are, that depends on your country. So they'll tell you at the counter what you're actually allowed to drive in Japan at that point in time. So for example, with me, it was straightforward because the Japanese driver's license and the German driver's license, for whatever reason, seem to be very, very similar in the system and the testing and such. So it's pretty much what I can drive in Germany, I can drive now in Japan, even though we drive on the other side of the road. Once that is all cleared, next step for you will be to go back down to the first floor, and there you will actually pay for the certification. I was surprised it wasn't even that expensive at this point in time. It's under 5,000 yen. And you also go over to get your eyes checked. Now my eyes have gone bad, and you can see that I actually wear contacts quite a lot. So I actually first tried to take the test without the contacts, and they said, okay, put in your contacts. Now I put the contacts in, so they're gonna note that in the actual driver's license that I will need glasses or contact lenses in order to drive, which is fine because I know that I would do that without anyways. Next step for you is again to head back out and then take another picture of you. Now that picture is not the picture that you use for applying for the license, but that's the picture that's actually going to get on your license. And I didn't know that, so I had the nice and formal looking picture on the application form. But I have me looking like this with my pinks and my little bows in my hair, or my driver's license now. Probably the driver's license is now the cutest form of license that I have in my whole life had ever. Also, if you would like to have a little bit of prep time, you will have to have 2 4-digit numbers that you register to your driver's license, because there are hidden details inside the actual digital card. That's one of the things you actually check when you get your actual license, to make sure that you can log into it and that all the data on it is right. There is the driver's license. Also, you can use the license in Japan to, for example, make points cards and stuff like that. It's one of the things that will definitely be helpful for you if you plan to stay in Japan for a long period of time, several years and such. So I'm glad I got this one. This is how it looks. Also, they are lasting for 3 years. So after 3 years, you have to take a class and then renew your driver's license. It's not forever, guys. On that note, guys, where shall I go and drive to now that I have a driver's license? I'd like to make videos with the director where we actually drive places and show you places. So leave us comments down below where you definitely would like to go to, and especially if someone has said where you'd like to go to give them a thumbs up so we know this is the comment with the most, well, responses that everyone really would like us to go to. So don't forget to leave us lots of messages. Looking forward to seeing where you'd like me to take you on a cruise to. So hop onto the car, baby. I'm gonna take you for a ride from now on. Woohoo! But don't go too far away from Tokyo, because obviously then we have to take the train and then the car and stuff like that. Anyways, so baby, hop onto the car. Let me take you guys for a ride with Ash Japanese. Looking forward to reading your comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel for information and other stuff from Japan. And if you've been with us for a while, don't forget to leave a big like and a comment on the way out. Thank you very much for watching this. Loads of information. I hope it helps you. And all the best. And always keep checking, double checking with your country. Some of the guidelines that I told you today might be slightly different or more strict depending on your country. So always double check before you actually go to the office. And apply for your driver's license. Happy cruising! Catch you soon on Ash Japanese. Bye!